Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Boom, what's happening, people? How are you guys doing? Today I want to talk to you about 5 facts on trading cryptocurrencies as CFDs in 2021. For the ones of you that don't know me yet, my name is Andrew, and for the last 10 years I've worked in many retail and institutional forex brokerages in Europe. Join me in this amazing journey and find out the secret corners of forex trading from top industry specialists. Learn what most forex brokers don't want you to know by watching our daily broadcast. And if you like what you see, guys, like, share, subscribe on our YouTube channel and support us in delivering more great content. I'll give you exactly 30 seconds to absolutely smash that subscribe button. And then we'll be back with 5 facts on trading cryptocurrencies as CFDs in 2021. Smash that subscribe button. Go on. I know you want to do it. 5 facts on trading cryptocurrencies as CFDs in 2021. Coming up. Boom, and here we are, guys. 5 facts on trading cryptocurrencies as CFDs in 2021. By now, I'm sure every single one of you heard about Bitcoin, heard about cryptocurrencies, and the potential of making profits from them. Is that right? All right. Now, they're not only great, guys. They also present potential pitfalls, which I'm going to share with you today. Unfortunately, I can only share 5 of them with you today. If you want to find out more, subscribe on our channel, contact us, and then we're going to be able to help. So 5 facts on trading cryptocurrencies as CFDs in 2021. Number 1, guys, cryptocurrencies are more expensive to trade than conventional assets. And this is a real thing. So yes, cryptocurrencies are the most expensive asset class to trade on, guys. Yeah, for various reasons. Okay, you need to take this into consideration when you're starting your financial journey, on online trading. You need to know all the asset classes and their specification. On cryptocurrencies, we're looking at the most expensive asset class to trade on, guys, which takes me to number 2. Cryptocurrencies have little to no leverage. Leverage is that tool that allows you to trade the position of 100,000 euros or $100,000 with only a deposit of $500, guys. Okay, so if on conventional asset classes, on currency pairs, for example, you could get the leverage as high as 1 to 200 or 1 to 400. Yeah, meaning for you to execute one position, you're going to have to invest 400 times less or 200 times less. Okay, then you would have to invest on the conventional market. Cryptocurrencies have very little leverage, guys. According to the regulation, the leverage was dropped to 1 to 1 and 1 to 5. Okay, so you will have to invest 5 times less, than purchasing an asset to trade 1 Bitcoin. So what is the price of Bitcoin today? Let's say it's $40,000, guys. If you're trading Bitcoin on a leverage of 1 to 5, that means you will have to invest 5 times less to be able to open a buy position or sell position on 1 full Bitcoin. Pretty impressive, isn't it? Now, It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, as easily as it could go your way and you could make $3, $4, $5,000 in the same day, guys, it might go against you and you might lose $3, $4, $5,000 within minutes. And that's why we're here today talking about cryptocurrencies as CFDs. They are a bit riskier. They are a bit more expensive than the conventional asset classes. However, everyone heard about Bitcoin. Everyone knows about the rally of Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2021. So it might be worth it to have a look at it. And if you have the right approach, you might be okay. Let's move on to number 3, guys, and see what else is happening with cryptocurrencies. Right, cryptocurrencies are decentralized, guys, as opposed to the conventional asset classes. Yeah, currency pairs, commodities, stocks and indices. What does that mean? They are not, let's say, manipulated by any central government or any central bank. Okay, this is the main difference between centralized and decentralized assets. See it this way. Every country has a national currency. Every country has a national bank. That bank's job is to try and keep inflation under control, to keep the exchange rate in such a way under control, in such a way that it facilitates imports and exports. Because believe it or not, guys, every single country on earth imports and exports tons of goods, tons of assets every day. And if that exchange rate is out of hand, it's going to make it very, very difficult for everyone to import or export goods. So while the conventional asset classes like currency pairs and commodities are centralized, guys, and they could be, let's say, kept under control. I don't like to use the term manipulated, but kept under control by central authorities. Cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin are decentralized, guys. They cannot be kept under control by anyone. They belong to everyone and no one in the same time. And just like stocks, guys, cryptocurrencies tend to react more on the news, okay, on trader sentiment. The more people will buy, the higher the price will go. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when Elon Musk announced that he is considering exchanging half of his worth into Bitcoin? What happened with the price of Bitcoin a few days after? Exactly, it went through the roof. So this is just an example on how the news can affect the price of cryptocurrencies. Let's move on to number 4, guys, and see what else is there about cryptocurrencies. Number 4, cryptocurrencies are the most volatile asset class, guys, because they are not decentralized. Yeah, due to the fact that they are not decentralized, you can see incredible swings in the markets, incredible whipsaw movements in the markets. We saw Bitcoin jumping $10,000 within a few days. What other asset class has this ability? None of them, apart from cryptocurrencies. So if you're on the good side of the trade, you might be making tremendous profits in no time. But what happens if you're on the wrong side of the trade? Exactly. So cryptocurrencies is good to know. They are the most volatile asset class, guys. So if you're trading cryptocurrencies, please try to consider safety of your funds, as the first priority. Okay, considering the volatility of the asset. Okay, many traders just scalp the markets when they trade cryptocurrencies due to some high commissions that they might be charged on their trading accounts. Okay, so think of it this way. An early entry and an early exit might make the difference between a winning trade and a losing trade, which takes me to number 5, guys. Cryptocurrencies are not for everyone. I know there is a fashion. I know there is a habit nowadays to talk about cryptocurrencies. Everyone from 14 years old to 80 years old, they do talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But the question is this: what was the real reason why you joined the financial markets? To make a bit of profit, correct? Correct. Does it really matter on which asset are you going to make that profit? Not really, is it? Okay, if your goal is to make a bit of profit, then look for the asset classes that, 1, you understand, 2, you can afford, and 3, are not as bouncy as cryptocurrencies. Does it make sense? Right. Many people seem to forget the plan and why they started this journey, or why are they looking to start the journey. I had many emails from you guys. I had spoken to many people in the last few days. They're all talking about cryptocurrencies. They know I'm involved in trading, so obviously they come to me with questions. Is this a good time to buy? Is this a good time to sell? And I always ask them the same question. What is your main goal? Why do you want to join the financial markets? to make money. Right. Then why do you want to trade Bitcoin specifically if you want to make money on the financial markets? They don't have an answer because everyone talks about it because Bitcoin just reached $40,000 in the last few days. Correct, very correct. But is it a good time to enter now after a huge rally that might pull back? Exactly. So these are the 5 facts about trading cryptocurrencies in 2021 as CFDs, guys. Right? Cryptocurrencies are not for everyone. You have to understand them. You have to really have deep knowledge and deep pockets to afford to trade cryptocurrencies. If your goal is just to try and make a bit of profit from the markets, look at Euro US dollar, guys. Look at GBP USD. They are the cheapest assets to trade on, and they're not as volatile as cryptocurrencies. So beginner traders, please think twice before spending a small fortune on trading cryptocurrencies. There is potential in the other asset classes as well. Now, if you want more details about trading and cryptocurrencies, guys, please feel free to contact us on instructfx.com. Send us an email at info@instructfx.com or my direct email, guys, thechartwhisperer@gmail.com. And I support and I encourage any trader that had a good or bad experience to come public and talk to us. And we will make sure your voice will be heard through our daily broadcasts. Now, don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to come back in a few minutes with the U.S. Markets open one day after Martin Luther King's Day, when the financial markets were on a break. So stay tuned. We're coming back live in a couple of minutes with the U.S. Markets open.
Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Boom, and we're live. What's happening, beautiful people? Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe, and welcome everyone to our live stream. How is everyone doing this afternoon? Let me know how you're doing in the comments box below. And please remember to like, share, subscribe on our YouTube channel and support us in delivering more great content. It helps us a lot, guys. It means a lot to us. One click down below, subscribe. That's it. How hard can it be? It's not going to cost you anything. If anything, it might even benefit you. Now, let's get down to business and see what is happening in the markets today, Tuesday, 19th of January, 2021. Right, Germany set to extend lockdown until mid-February, guys. US COVID crisis eases, but fatalities are still high at 3,000 deaths average. Joe Biden, the new US president, will be sworn in on Thursday, and the security forces remain on high alert on potential clashes with Trump supporters. New car sales in Europe tanked 24% for the year, hitting new record lows, guys. The International Energy Agency cut its forecast for global oil demand this year as the COVID pandemic highlights weak oil demand. Bank of America and Goldman Sachs to report earnings data today, and Bitcoin overtakes long tech as most crowded trade this year, Bank of America said in a survey. U.S. markets open, coming up. Right, and we're back, beautiful people, with the hottest topics of the day. We're going to start with the economic calendar, guys, and then it's all about Bitcoin. Today, I'm going to share a couple of interesting articles with you about Bitcoin. We're going to have a look at top 5 things to know in the markets today, and then the charts of the day and the signals of the day, how you got used to buy now. But first, let me know how you guys are doing. Type your comments. Let me know if you're struggling with anything. Just tell me a good afternoon, and it would do. Interact with me, guys, and that's the only way I can help you. So, economic calendar, guys, today was quite poor in terms of announcements. Early in the morning, we had the German consumer price index, which came out as expected by consensus at positive 0.5%, followed by the producer price index on the Swiss franc, which again came at positive 0.5%. The labor productivity for the third quarter in UK came out at 4% flat, and the German current conditions and the economic sentiment, guys, came out green, better than what economists have predicted. At lunchtime, we had the EU finance ministers meeting, and then we had the ZW economic sentiment in the Eurozone, guys, which came out 58.3, boosting the euro and the pound, guys. The European currencies performed very well today. You're going to see that in a couple of minutes. Now, in a few minutes ago, we had the manufacturing sales and wholesales data on the Canadian dollar. Both came out in red, disappointing a bit. Okay, and in 12 minutes, we're going to have the global diary trade price index. Sorry, it's a complicated name, on the Kiwi dollar. Poor economic calendar, followed by Bank of England member Haldane holding a press conference at 2000 hours GMT plus 2 this afternoon. Now, as I told you a few minutes ago, guys, I want to talk to you about Bitcoin today. We have great news from Bitcoin from Bank of America, okay, reported by Reuters earlier on. A long position on Bitcoin, guys, overtook long tech, as the trade fund manager said was the most crowded in January. Bank of America's monthly fund manager survey showed today. For the first time since October, a long position on tech companies was knocked off the top spot, as investors said that long Bitcoin was the most crowded trade. A short position on the US dollar was seen as the third most crowded in the same time. In a similar survey by Deutsche Bank, investors said Bitcoin was in a bubble, with 56% of the participants saying the cryptocurrency was more likely to halve in value in the next 12 months. Bitcoin, which hit $40,000 earlier this month, rallying more than 900% since a low in March. It topped $30,000 for the first time on the 2nd of January, having breached $20,000 on December 16th. A steeper yield curve was expected by a record 83% of Bank of America investors. That's more than after the 2008 Lehman Brothers collapse, the 2013 U.S. Federal Reserve's taper tantrum, or after the 2016 U.S. election. The expectation of higher bond yields was at or close to all-time highs as well. A record 92% of investors surveyed by Bank of America expected higher inflation over the next year. Now, investors were bullish on the outlook for global growth. The proportion of fund managers surveyed by Bank of America who said that the global economy is in an early cycle phase as opposed to a recession was at its highest in 11 years. A record 19% of investors surveyed said that they're currently taking more risk than normal. The fund manager surveyed by Bank of America managed a total of more than $500 billion in assets altogether. So the top tail risks for the economy were thought to be the problems with the vaccine rollout, 30%, the Fed easing its asset purchases, 29%, and Wall Street bubble, 18%. Elsewhere, UK equities saw some money flowing in, but at 15% underweight, it remained pinned as the number one underweight region, Bank of America said. So, Bitcoin, guys, tend to be the most traded position for the year so far. Now, it's only January. It's 19th of January. So, for the last 3 weeks, for not even the last 3 weeks, Bitcoin seems to be the king. Let's see what else is going to happen. Now we're going to move on to top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys. We have plenty of things happening. We are only 10 minutes away from the US markets open, and as yesterday the US markets were closed due to Martin Luther King's holiday. right? A bit of volatility is expected this afternoon at the opening. So, number one on the board, Janet Yellen to tell Senate of need to act big. Janet Yellen, the former head of the Federal Reserve, who is now Joe Biden's nominee for Treasury Secretary, will have her confirmation hearing before the Senate Finance Committee today. Yellen's first task will be to persuade Congress to pass Biden's $1.9 trillion spending package to lighten the burden of the pandemic on cash-strapped households and businesses. Sorry, guys. Right. Now, neither the president-elect nor I proposed this relief package without an appreciation for the country's debt burden, Yellen said in prepared remarks published yesterday. But right now, with interest rates at historic lows, the smartest thing we can do is act big. In the long run, I believe the benefits will far outweigh the costs, especially if we care about helping people who have been struggling for a very long time. Now, Janet Yellen, respect. This is a true statement from someone that has been the head of the Federal Reserve for a number of years, and now will be looking to be the Treasury Secretary for Joe Biden. Very, very sane, very sweet, very dovish remark from Janet Yellen. Now, number two on the board, guys, we are starting the earnings season, guys. The earnings season started last Friday, last week, with a few big names announcing, and we have more banks announcing today. Goldman Sachs and Bank of America will report today. There's another salvo of banks reports which will shed more light on the state of the economy at the start of the fourth quarter earnings season. The first wave of updates on Friday received a cool reception, with investors taking a dim view of depressed lending volumes and margins at JP Morgan, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo. Today's reports come from both Wall Street and Main Street, with Goldman Sachs needing to justify its recent all-time highs, and Bank of America Street and Zions all under the microscope. Figures from Charles Schwab will meanwhile give a glimpse into the state of the brokerage industry, struggling to monetize massively volatility-driven turnover under pressure from disruptors such as Robinhood. So, big day for the stock markets today, guys. Stock markets set to open higher, Yellen hearing eyed. U.S. stock markets are set to reopen higher after the Martin Luther King's holiday on yesterday, on Monday, with Yellen remarks a welcome reminder of the momentum behind economic stimulus measures. By 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Dow Jones futures were up 205 points, or 0.7%, while the S&P 500 futures were up 0.8%, and the Nasdaq futures were also up 1%. Wow, quite a big jump. I don't know about you guys, but I'm expecting a bit of a gap at the U.S. Open this afternoon. Now, all three had fallen on Friday in response to the bank earnings and a weak retail sales report. Strong Chinese export figures since then have given some reassurance as to the strength of the U.S. household spending. Earnings are also due from Carnival, Halliburton, and the J.B. Hunt. Topping the bill after the close will be Netflix as well, guys, which is not expected to do as good as it did in March. Yeah, back in March when the first lockdown wave hit the world. Number 4 on the board, guys, and we are 5 minutes away from the U.S. Opening. Germany set to extend the lockdown measures. U.S. COVID crisis eases. In the U.S., the surge in COVID-19 at the end of 2020 appears to be receding. Hospital admissions tied to the virus fell for the 6th straight day in the U.S. to their lowest since the start of the year, although some distortions due to holiday-induced late reporting are possible. The 7-day average for daily fatalities in the U.S. has also flattened, falling to post any new high for the week. Even so, the average daily death toll is still over 3,000. In Europe, Europe's largest economy, Germany, federal and state government officials are set to approve an extension of the current lockdown measures through February 15th, according to Der Spiegel. Okay, they are very cautious. Germany was very, very cautious, guys. If you remember, they were the first or the second big European country, okay, after the UK, to send people into full lockdown, a month ago. They are very, very cautious, and sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm sure many traders can agree with me on this one. Right, number 5 on the board, guys. Some news on oil. The International Energy Agency cut its forecast for global oil demand this year, reflecting weaker than expected consumption in the early part of 2021 due to the pandemic. I like the way this article sounds. In the early part of 2021, it's only January, guys. Not even 3 weeks ago, we were saying Happy New Year. So yes, it is right. It's in the very early part of 2021. The Paris-based think tank said the global demand will rise by 5.45 million barrels a day this year to an average of 96.64 million. That's about 300,000 barrels a day less than it predicted in December. That's probably because it now expects the first quarter consumption to be at around 600,000 barrels a day, below its former estimate. By 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, U.S. crude futures were up 0.2%, trading at around $52.50 a barrel, while Brent crude was up 1.4%, trading at around $55.49 a barrel. The inventory data from the American Petroleum Institute and Energy Information Administration are each delayed by 1 day this week due to yesterday's public holiday. So we're not going to have the crude oil inventories tomorrow, guys. They will be announced on Thursday in the same time with Joe Biden's inauguration in the White House. Right, let's see what's going to happen then. Now, these are the top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys. We are exactly 2.5 minutes away from the US trading session. I still can't see any comments. Guys, how are you doing? Are you struggling with anything? Are you understanding what I'm talking about here every day? If so, please let me know. If you don't, please let me know, and I'll do my best to reword my speech. Now, let's take 30 seconds so I can catch my breath, and then we're coming back live with the charts of the day and the signals of the day, guys. Just 2 minutes to the US trading session. Stay tuned. We're coming back in 30 seconds.
Keep your finger on the market pulse with the News Alerts tool. Stay up to date on the latest sentiment across all the major asset classes. Uncover bullish or bearish signals tied to specific assets that could be developing before major price moves, and track how news sentiment correlated with price in the past. Track the news volume on an asset, its fear index, and get a better feel for its underlying strength. All with News Alerts, your central hub for market information. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we had 30 seconds break to run an ad from our sponsors at markets.com, guys. Now let's have a quick look at the charts. We are 1 minute away from the US trading session opening. Really curious to see what's going to happen. Now, we're looking at crude oil WTI futures on a 60-minute chart, guys. Currently trading very close, just short of the $53 mark. 52.94 crude oil this afternoon. The price is well supported on a 1-hour chart by the 200 MA. And we see that in the last 20 minutes or so, we see an engulfing candlestick, a green candlestick. Okay, that pushed the crude oil price up to 53.03 on the charts of investing.com. There is potential to the upside for oil this afternoon. Now, the euro performed tremendously well today, guys. Currently trading at 121.41, and we see a retest of that 200 MA to the upside. Okay, RSI stochastic way in the overbought levels, guys. Let's see what's going to happen. Brace for a bit of a pullback. Yeah, brace for a meltdown of the markets shortly after the US market opening. This is what usually happens, when you see such a rally. We can see the euro rallying on the Asian trading session, and we saw the rally continuing on the European trading session as well. Currently stopped at 121.41, just where that 200 moving average is. If the candlesticks will manage to settle above that 200 moving average to consolidate a bit, then probably we're gonna see the euro pushing even higher on the back of a weak dollar. But still, we're 2-3 hours away from there. So let's see what's gonna happen. Again, RSI stochastic off the charts, guys, literally off the charts. So brace for a correction. Where this purple area ends is the oversold level. So we're way into the oversold level. We're at almost 80%. Overbought, guys. I'm sorry. When the price goes up, it's overbought. When the price goes down, it's oversold. I don't know what's happening with me today. I might be in love or something. Now, let's move on to the pound, guys. Let's see what is happening with the pound. 136.17 this afternoon with the pound, which just like the euro had a fantastic rally this afternoon. We saw it pushing on the Asian trading session as well. And currently we see a potential gold cross to be formed by the 50 and the 200 moving average. We see the candlesticks consolidating above that 200 moving average, which again implies a bit of buying power, guys. Now, in this case, we're looking at RSI stochastic not entering the overbought levels, okay, indicating that there might still be a bit of wiggle room to go higher, but for now they seem to be consolidating above that 200 moving average. It's very interesting to follow the performance of an asset, and that's how you're going to understand how technical analysis works, guys. I can use many technical indicators, but the past few years showed me that my prediction was fairly correct using these indicators. But I'm gonna try and teach you some more indicators for technical analysis. Now, USD JPY, guys, which is performing very, very funny in the last few trading sessions. You can see the range of USD JPY. How do you trade this? Very, very simple. If you're brave enough. If you have enough flexibility in your trading account. So first of all, you got to mark your average lows, guys. Second of all, you have to mark your average highs. And then you have to look what is in between. Okay? If you have another set of average highs or average lows somewhere in between, you can mark them too. And that will give you two potential entries or exits. So in this case, okay, there is the center line. Okay, that is the center line. So from here on, it's entirely up to you how you want to trade this. You can trade the short swing, which is between these two lines. There we go. So the short swing, okay, is this one. And the big swing is what's happening between all three lines. Okay, it is entirely up to you how you want to trade this. Usually the 200 moving average acts as a dynamic support resistance level. So you might want to consider that your support level. Okay, now if the price gets rejected from the support level down here, okay, what's very likely to happen? An upwards movement. Where is it very likely to stop? Where it stopped before. This is how trading works. Now, if this green candlestick will turn red and will decide to go to the downside, then you have your targets. You know exactly where the market is very likely to go. Now, if you want to play it safe, guys, you can play it safe by trading the 50% mark. As easy as that. You don't have to go all the way and wait for the entire movement to happen. You can just trade it up to the 50% mark. Again, doing this for the last 10 years, this technique showed me that I can be quite successful sometimes. Most times when I see this market setup. Now, by now, we should be 2 minutes already into the US trading session, guys. We're going to get to the S&P and the Dow in just a second. But before that, let's see how the Aussie dollar moved today, guys. 0.7714 for the Aussie dollar. It made a U-turn a couple of trading sessions ago. It tested that 200 moving average to the upside, which still acts as a ceiling for the price. It's preventing the price from going higher than that. The price now seems to be trapped between the 200 and the 50 moving average. Okay, there's more probability to the downside for the Aussie dollar than to the upside. Looking at the RSI and the stochastic, we can see both indicators turning around from very close to overbought levels, indicating a potential weakness in the asset. So potential to the downside for the Aussie dollar, guys. Let's see what investing.com thinks about the markets as well. Now, meanwhile, we're looking at the USD Canadian, which is currently trading at 127.43, 3 minutes into the US trading session. We're looking at RSI stochastic at 50% levels, pointing upwards, indicating what seems to be a good long position on USD CAD, with the first take profit target, which I'm sure most traders will set somewhere there, just below the previous high. Okay, if you want to be really, really cautious, guys, you don't even have to wait for the price to go all the way up there. Again, you can go for the 50% movement. If it's worth it, if it's going to make you a bit of profit, then why not? Better safe than sorry. Right. So after the drop, yeah, it is expected for the US dollar to strengthen a bit, at least versus the Canadian dollar. You can see how that 200 MA, guys, acts as a support level. Yeah, acts as a hand that supports the price from falling below. Okay, so many traders, when they see a setup like this, they're gonna go ahead with buy positions. Okay, somewhere there. Okay, somewhere in that region. When they see a green candlestick closing, when they see a bit of positivity, yeah, they're gonna go with a long position. They're trying to, yeah, catch some profits. Now let's have a look at the S&P 500, which, yay, opened to the upside this afternoon. 3,793.10 for the S&P 500. What a big gap. What a big gap between the closing price on price on Friday and the opening price today. I told you we're gonna have a gap. You didn't believe me. There we go. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones. Wow, there we go, guys. Again, positive opening for the Dow Jones. This is where the market closed on Friday. This is where the market opened there. Where the market opened today. Okay, there is great potential to the upside for both the S&P and the Dow. Okay, at least for now. Let's have a quick look at the dollar index, guys, which is in a downtrend for the last couple of trading sessions. 9047 for the US dollar index this afternoon, with the RSI and the stochastic at the bottom of the chart, begging for something good to happen, to give them the opportunity of moving upwards. Okay, very close to oversold levels. We might see an interesting long position on the US dollar this afternoon, guys, on the USD CAD, as well as on the US dollar index, looking at the technical analysis. Now, gold futures, 1,838.84 gold futures, which is moving sideways since the 8th of January, guys. For over a week now, we see gold price not giving us a clear direction. Okay, the price is being subdued by that 200 MA, the red line that you see there. But again, we don't see a downtrend yet. We don't see an uptrend yet. Nothing really is happening with gold futures. Maybe if we look at it on a 4-hour chart, we're going to get a better indication. Right. No, I was hoping for a better indication, but not really. From what I see here, again, we might see gold futures pushing even lower today, okay, and probably reaching the 1,800 flat level by the looks of it. Meanwhile, what's happening with Brent oil futures or the European oil? 55.74, 55.75 this afternoon for Brent oil futures. Okay, we're looking at it on a 1-hour chart, just like crude oil. The price is well supported by that 200 MA, and we see an engulfing candlestick there. Yeah, that happened in the last hour or so. Apparently, the oil prices took a bit of courage the closer we got to the U.S. markets open. Okay, now, let's see. Many traders will set their first take profit targets probably somewhere around 56 flat or 56.50, somewhere there, if they want to play it safe. If they want to take a bit of more risk, probably they're going to go for 56.50 somewhere. Now, okay, silver futures, guys. What's happening with silver? Silver, very weak performance for silver, just like gold. It moved sideways more or less since the 8th, 9th of January. Yeah, for over a week now. Again, the price is subdued by that 200 moving average. We see a breaking news coming in. I will open it, and we're going to go to that news in just a second. So more potential to the downside, looking at RSI, stochastic, both turning around and pointing downwards. Silver futures, just like gold, we might see them tumbling a bit. Now, everyone's favorite, guys, the good almighty Bitcoin, which is currently trading at $37,262. It is in an uptrend. Apparently, we saw the candlesticks consolidating above the 50 and the 200 MA. Yeah, we see a tiny uptrend. There we go. This is the trend channel that I was telling you about. There we go, guys. All right. So slowly but surely, we see Bitcoin advancing. Yeah, very shy still. Very shy still, but it is advancing. We see RSI stochastic very close to the overbought levels. Still, they did not manage to enter the overbought levels. Now, we keep an eye on the next movement of Bitcoin. If this upwards movement will continue, this is what we will probably see. Yeah, this is what we saw so far from Bitcoin. So this is what we will probably see until Bitcoin will decide to perform a breakout, and settle somewhere above the trend channel. Okay, this is how you trade. This is how technical analysis works. Now, quick look at Ethereum, guys, which is doing even better than Bitcoin in terms of rallying in the last couple of trading sessions. $1,417 for Ethereum this afternoon. Amazing rally, and we see Ethereum stalling a bit, reaching the maximum potential for now, 1,415, and we see it stalling a bit up there. We're waiting for a tiny pullback. We might see a retest to the downside of that 20 MA or that 50 moving average. Okay, but from there on, we might see another rally. Overall, outstanding performance for Ethereum, guys. Outstanding performance for Bitcoin as well. And let's see what will happen next. Now, looking at Ethereum on a 4-hour chart, guys, we can see the RSI and the stochastic in the overbought levels. We see them turning around. We see a red candlestick opening after 4 green candlesticks. So I'm tempted to think that we might see a bit of a correction in Ethereum versus the US dollar in the next few hours. Now, let's have a quick look and see what is happening with Wall Street this afternoon, guys. Very interesting article. Oh my God. And my advert on investing.com. Right. Okay. So U.S. stock markets opened higher today after a long weekend, supported by a reminder of the new administration commitment to reflating an economy still badly depressed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Senate Finance Committee is set to hold a confirmation hearing for Treasury Secretary-designate Janet Yellen, who oversaw the recovery from the U.S. economy's last big bust from the chair of the Federal Reserve. In prepared comments published late on Tuesday, Yellen stressed the need to act big as regards to fiscal stimulus, a reference to the $1.9 trillion spending plans outlined last week by the team of incoming President Joe Biden. Now, General Motors, right, okay. By 9:35 a.m. Eastern Time, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 193 points or 0.6. The S&P was also up 0.8 and the Nasdaq was up 1.1. All three indices had their worst week since October last week, hurt by weak retail sales data and record high infections of COVID-19 that cast doubt on the strength of domestic demand. Right, among individual movers, we see General Motors stock hit a new record high after the company announced $2 billion investment into its self-driving car initiative from a group of companies, including Microsoft. Microsoft stock also rose 0.8%, underperforming the Nasdaq. Now, let's see, what do economists think about? What do technical analysts think about the markets this afternoon? We're gonna start with the forex market, the currency market, and see what is going on. So, sell position and strong sell on the pound and the euro versus the US dollar, guys, after an outstanding rally in the last 12 hours. We see a strong buy recommendation on USD JPY, guys, on a 5-minute hourly and daily. Okay, USD CHF, again, strong buy on a 5-minute chart. The markets, don't forget, guys, they haven't settled yet. Okay, so strong buy position on a 5-minute chart for USD CHF. On the other hand, we're looking at a strong buy position on USD CAD, guys, on 3 time frames. 5 minutes, 15, and an hourly. Okay, and a strong sell recommendation on the Kiwi dollar. So, long story short, this afternoon, the US dollar is expected to strengthen a bit. Okay, after 1 day of absence versus its other peers, and its other peers are expected to weaken against the US dollar. Such as Kiwi dollar, the euro, and the pound. Now, moving on, we're looking at the euro strengthening with strong buy recommendations versus the Japanese yen and the Swiss franc and the CHF, guys. And the pound, again, is supposed to strengthen versus the Japanese yen and the Swiss franc with strong buy recommendations on a 5-minute chart. Okay, this is what is happening from currency pairs. It was expected, to be honest, after every rally, guys, you're going to have a bit of a correction. So with the US being closed yesterday, Now it's their time to act. Yeah, they couldn't act on the strengthening of the euro and the pound, but as soon as the U.S. markets open, now they can counteract that movement. Now, let's have a look at commodities and see how the analysts are seeing commodities this afternoon. What is happening with gold and silver? There we go. 4 red for gold this afternoon. Strong sell recommendations, guys. Strong sell recommendations for silver futures as well. Yeah, I told you, I'm not going to be surprised if we're going to see gold reaching 1,800 flat this afternoon. Copper as well has a sell recommendation on a 5-minute chart. The 15 minutes hourly and daily remain as a strong buy, so a bit of mixed signal on copper. You could decide to wait a bit longer for the markets to settle before you enter. Meanwhile, we're looking at crude oil, WTI, and Brent oil with 4 green, guys. Strong buy recommendations on all time frames for both crude oil and Brent oil. Natural gas has a strong sell recommendations, but nothing is happening on a 5-minute chart. So if you want to trade natural gas, pay close attention to the charts, guys. You might want to have a bit more breathing space. You might want to look at technical analysis closer. And US wheat has a strong buy recommendation, on 3 time frames out of 4. So this is what is happening with commodities this afternoon. Let's have a quick look at the Wall Street indices, guys. See what is going on. There we go. Just as I thought, a lot of green, no red so far on the charts for the US indices. Strong buy and buy recommendations for the Nasdaq 100, the S&P, the Dow Jones, and the big Nasdaq. Also for the Russell 2000, the small cap 2000, which is also indicating 4 green strong buy positions, as well as DJ Transportation. Right, DJ Composite, again, Dow Jones Composite, 4 green for the Dow Jones Composite, all strong buy recommendations. This is it. Plenty of green for the US indices. Now, stocks, let's have a look at the individual stocks, guys, and see which is which and what is performing well today. Right, Exxon Mobil, as usual, strong buy positions, strong buy recommendations. Meanwhile, Apple, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble, and IBM are mixed, with neutral or sell positions somewhere, in between. So I wouldn't go by these signals right now on Apple, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble, and IBM. But I would look at Johnson & Johnson and General Electric, guys, which have 4 green, 4 strong buy recommendations, as well as JP Morgan and AT&T. Okay, JP Morgan has a strong buy recommendations on a 5-minute and a daily, and AT&T has 4 green. Now, Chevron as well has 4 green, 4 strong buy recommendations. Okay, apart from that, Intel has a strong sell for today. Cisco and Citigroup have a strong sell. Goldman Sachs, guys, strong buy for Goldman Sachs and nothing for Bank of America. Neutral. We see a strong sell on an hourly chart, a strong buy on a daily chart for Bank of America. So mixed trading signals. Right, so have a look at Goldman Sachs. Have a look at Walmart, guys. Have a look at Alphabet, the ex-Google, with strong buy recommendations on Alphabet and strong sell, all red for Walmart. Right. This is it from our side today, guys. Join us again tomorrow afternoon. We're going to have a special guest joining us tomorrow for the first time in our studio. So don't miss out. He's going to bring us a lot of great news. Now, this was it from my side today, guys. If you have any comments, feel free to type your comments and let me know what you think. If you don't, smash that subscribe button. Remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money. See you tomorrow, everyone.